kind of speaking of making money, for a lot of the domestic auto OEMs, a big portion of where their revenues come from is in the truck market.
Yeah.
Can you, like, looking at the Cybertruck and the allegedly the electric F-150, where do you see this, or even other SUVs, electric SUVs coming out? Where do you see this being as far as, do you think this will be kind of the final market that once this has gone electric or there starts to become electric entrance into it, that people will finally start saying, okay, next time I go buy a car, if they can do an electric truck, this is kind of showing that this is a real thing and this is a viable option when I go to buy my next car.
Okay, so you mentioned the Cybertruck and the F-150. They're not the same, but
right.
The Cybertruck, or sorry, the F-150 and the Rivian, now you've got an apples for apples kind of a deal. And quite frankly, the Rivian, we know quite a bit about, and that will be a big competitor in the pickup market. And I mean that sincerely. That thing does stuff that no pickup truck could ever do in a million years. It's ultra fast.
And, not to cut you off, but when you say that, you're talking about an internal combustion engine electric truck, or are there other things that Rivian is doing in particular that's unique to electric trucks that are about to come out?
I don't know of anybody who's got an electric truck that's like Rivian. Okay, they can do a tank turn. Nobody else can do that. Yeah, and by the way, I drive a Jeep Rubicon, and that type of a turn would come in very handy if you do off-roading like I do, especially if you come over a hill and come down and look down and say, I don't want to be here. That tank turn thing could be very, very handy. So I think that from a off-roading standpoint and from a the pickup truck standpoint, the conventional F-150 and the Rivian, there's no comparison. It's going to be very difficult for Ford or anybody else that's making, like Silverado. I don't know. I don't know what happened over there, but the Silverado really doesn't have a prayer compared to the Rivian. I don't know what GM and Ford and Ram are doing about coming out with a truck, but boy, I hope they're doing something in a hurry. Now, you mentioned the Cybertruck. There is nothing in the marketplace like that. If you are a hunter, and I am, and or you like quads and things like that, my wife won't let me do that anymore because I broke both my wrists, and she said don't do that. So anyway, I don't do quads and bikes, but I will tell you that it doesn't take long to see the advantages that you've got in that vehicle with that timber door and whatnot. I can tell you flat, I can see me, driving out into the back 40 to go deer hunting, and closing up the car, turning on the heat, going to sleep, and then the next morning waking up and walking for like 10 feet to get into my blind or get up into my blind, because I usually hunt from above. Anyway, I love that idea. And when it's time for lunch, I don't have to troop all the way back through the woods. And hey, I'll just have something right there. I can, it's got plugs. I'll just plug in a hot plate or whatever. If I want to, I can have pancakes. I'm telling you, that truck. If I was going to say, it's going to attack an industry, it's going to be the off-roader, the Jeep kind of a product.
With kind of a comparison to that, you mentioned the bed, or the kind of how the gate on the back of the bed folds down is one of the reasons why. But besides that, you mentioned how
it's not just that. Oh. No. So the tailgate folds down, but the timber door is the one that comes over the top of everything that hooks into the tailgate. That is what I really like. And by the way, we tried to talk 2 of the major OEMs into doing something like that a long time ago, and it was dismissed. So, but anyway, that type of a truck, that's very appealing to guys who are outdoorsmen, I think they used to call them, or something like that. But I'm telling you what, that would be something that definitely catch my attention.
Well, and I was just curious. The reason I was clarifying was I was just curious why you don't think that would be as doable with the Rivian, but you're saying primarily the closing back. And
yeah, Rivian has basically focused its attention on being a direct competitor to the pickup truck industry.
Yeah.
And I don't really look at the CyberTruck as something I would buy to be a pickup truck. Why would I do that? I mean, I'm not going to be hauling plywood or 2x4s or what have you. Those days for me are gone. I'm not interested in that. But, I mean, like I say, quads, bikes, hunting, man, that's going to be hard to beat that truck for what a hunter might want.
No, and I think what's unique to that is at least the interest from people who are traditionally not, it's kind of opened up a new market. People who might not traditionally be truck buyers are now looking at it. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It's a totally different market. And like I say, the closest thing that I can say to that would be something like the Jeep or the new Bronco that came out. Those are the only 2 things that I can think of but I won't drive my Jeep out and do that. I'll freeze to death, or I have to leave the car on. The electricity doesn't make any noise to keep you warm. So I like that prospect.
Thanks for joining us. Be sure to visit our website, connectingthegrid.com. There you can listen to our podcasts, contact us about sponsorship, or even be a guest on Grid Connections. While you're at it, if you found value in this show, we'd appreciate a positive rating on your favorite podcast or video streaming service. Or if you'd simply tell a friend about the show, that would help us out a lot too. Thank you again, and I look forward to us learning more together soon.